Order of Vitéz was a Hungarian order of merit which was founded in 1920. It was awarded as a state honor from 1920 to 1944. The Order of Vitéz survives today and is recognized as an institution of chivalric character by the International Commission on Orders of Chivalry. Name: the Hungarian word Vitéz is of medieval Slavic origins and means valiant, gallant soldier or knight. The Vitézi rend should not be confused with the 17th century Vitezlo rend, which refers to an estate of society which was formed from former peasants and craftsmen whose homes had been destroyed by the Turks. These men took up arms and formed an estate within society which had received charters, rights and privileges over the centuries, mainly from princes of Transylvania, but which were eventually recognized by the Habsburg kings of Hungary. The Order of Vitéz is a state order, following the peace treaty of Trianon, which banished the ruling Habsburg house from Hungary. Her constitutional assembly decided to return to the monarchical form of government and replace the current regent, Archduke Joseph August of Habsburg, with Vice Admiral Miklos Horthy de Negrebania. It was mainly his idea to help rebuild the shattered country by giving land to soldiers who had proven themselves on the battlefield. This way, the poverty brought on by the war could begin to be alleviated and soldiers could be rewarded. The Vitéz order was created by Prime Ministerial Decree No. 6650 of 1920 and was included as paragraph No. 77 in the Land Reform Act. The legislation gave those qualifying as members of the order in need a grant of land and/or a house. The title of Vitéz was to serve as an award in the Hungary. Despite the Vitéz title being official, it was not a grant of nobility as that was outside the ambit of the regent's authority, being only grantable by a reigning monarch. Admittance into the order was exclusively on military merit shown by medals won. It worked on a system depending on rank, where privates of junior NCOs had to prove lesser awards of bravery, while officers and generals had to prove more in World War I. Members received a badge and were entitled to use the designation Vitéz as a prefix to the names. Admission into the order also carried with it a land grant of 40 cadastral holds to an officer, 8 cadastral holds to other ranks based on need. The honor of Vitéz became hereditary, and the grants were to be passed on by the recipient to his eldest son. Miklos Horthy was the first to be admitted into the order and was also the order captain general. In 1920, Archduke Joseph August of Austria became the first knight of the Order of Vitéz. New appointments to the order ceased with the end of the Kingdom of Hungary in 1946. The Order of Vitéz in modern era. After the end of World War II, veterans groups, including members of the Vitéz order appointed by Horthy, began work on re-establishing the order in exile. By 1953, General Vitéz Hugo Sony had begun to re-establish the Vitéz order as an order of chivalry according to traditional statutes. Since 1983, the Vitéz order has been awarded to individuals who have been defenders of Hungarian national interests and culture. The captains general of the extant order have been HRH Field Marshal Archduke Vitéz Joseph von Habsburg, Colonel General Vitéz Kizbernaki Ferenc Farkas, HRH Archduke Vitéz Joseph Arpad von Habsburg,